Jets drafted him in the first round 2 years ago from USC. 9-8. There he is. When he plays well, they normally win. When he doesn't play well, they normally lose, and those numbers would illustrate that.
But you know, he's done well in the moment, and when you see a young player play his best football in the playoffs, that's a pretty good sign, you know. And last year he was tremendous. He wasn't that good during the regular season, but he stepped up his game when it mattered most.
From the 10-yard line, LaDainian Tomlinson is the running back. And that is caught, and that is Keller, who scored the game's only touchdown, who picks up 9. Well, with Sanchez, I mean, he took a lot of heat. You know, it's funny, he told us last night there was so much pressure on the Jets opening night after Hard Knocks and the whole thing, and a lot of the bombast during the preseason. He said, I felt like we were 0-10 when we were 0-1.
Yeah, but all they did was lose to the Ravens, and that's not all bad. So now it's not so good against the Ravens, which a lot of quarterbacks look like that, and then pretty good last week against the Patriots. So competition doesn't get a whole lot stiffer than that.
2nd and 2. And Tomlinson looking like the old LT. Brandon Moore, the guard, paved the way for him, and that's a first down for the Jets.
And you know, LT the last couple of years had some pretty good injuries out there. He had a toe injury on opening day that bothered him the entire year. He had a high ankle sprain last year, and so he really felt like that it wasn't so much him, it was some of the injuries, and by the time that he got back healthy again, San Diego had sort of transformed themselves into a passing team.
From the 28-yard line on first down. Tomlinson stays in the block this time, and wide open and catching him at the 45 and getting into Dolphin territory before he's knocked out of bounds is Keller, who was so big last week with 7 catches, including a touchdown against New England. He has a touchdown tonight and a 31-yard game here.
Well, they try and bring a little pressure inside, but they go play action and kind of screw that up. LT went one way. Maybe that's what messed everybody up. But I tell you, if you're going to play the Jets, you better find out where Dustin Keller is. He is the #1 threat, and so far he's been running free down the secondary.
Sanchez loves play action. He used it more than any starting quarterback in the league last year, and this time they jump. Looks like the Jets jump first. Jerome Boger will make it official one way or another.
There are 2 fouls on the play. False start, offense number 81. False start, offense number 38. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
That's Keller and Connor both. You share a sack, you share a penalty, I guess. Sanchez, 29% of his passes, so 3 out of every 10, roughly. Highest in the NFL. And of course, they were so good running the ball last year. And one of the reasons, obviously, you use play action. You have a great run game. And you have backs that the defense has to account for. You don't have a good run game, why use play action? 1st and 15 with the ball at the 46-yard line. Nothing doing there for Tomlinson. Stopped by Dansby. LaDainian now 5 carries, 14 yards, and that should take us all the way to the end of the first quarter. So an opening drive for the Jets, a touchdown. Edwards is now free to come back into the game since we are going to the second quarter. There he is, like a fighter in his corner, getting ready to come out. End of 1, 7-0. New York Jets. And Sunday Night Football from Miami continues after these messages. In Miami, Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Andrea Kramer starting the second quarter. So Edwards comes in after a team-imposed one-quarter benching. So he misses 17 plays. They hardly missed him because they went down the field for a touchdown. They gained 131 yards, 97 through the air in the first quarter without him. 2nd and 15, he splits wide to the right on his first play. And the Dolphins pointing to Matt Slauson. The Jets guard.
False start. Offense, number 68. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Bolger concurs, and that'll make it second down and 20.
Slauson, the guy replacing Alan Faneca, and I think most of the Jets would admit this offensive line isn't where they were at the end of last season. They think they'll get there, but they were pretty darn good at the end of the year.
Play action over the middle, and he led his man a little too much, Jericho Cotchery, but a flag comes in after the play. Chris Clemens making contact with him, and we'll see about that hit and whether that drew the flag.
That's a no-doubter. You cannot go to the head and neck area either with your head or a forearm or a shoulder pad. The ball was clearly past the receiver.
Personal foul. Hit to the head of the receiver. Defense, number 30. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So instead of 3rd and 20, it's a first down.
It's not going to be hard to see. Cotchery comes in there, and there you go. Now, I know they sometimes ask a lot of defensive players. You know, he's kind of coming in there, but the rule is the rule. We've seen enough of the concussions. The NFL has taken a stand, and it's like hits on the quarterback. You may not like it, but that is the rule.
First down at the 35-yard line after the penalty. Tomlinson swings to the outside, and LaDainian into the 14-yard line. Dustin Keller, who's already had a big night receiving, throws a nice block there to spring LT. That's a gain of 22.
Well, anytime you just get the defense outflanked, and here they are out to the right, and I think that was Braylon Edwards that came in there and got a big-time block on Quentin Moses, and that's really what set the edge. So he doesn't do anything catching the ball, but this block set him up for about a 20-yard gain. Pretty good.
And Keller screening out two guys as well, as Sean Green is back in the game as the running back from the 15, and he'll take it and he'll cut it back, and that's Bell who's able to make the tackle as he secures him after a gain of 2 yards.
Then you find it kind of interesting the way they use these backs. Sean Green, LaDainian Tomlinson, each of them have 21 separate plays designed just for them. But then it's like a contest. Whoever comes out of the first half with the hot hand, Schottenheimer goes with them for the second half. And so it's almost a competition here in the first half.
Again, this is a team leading the league in rushing last year, thanks in good measure to Thomas Jones. They let him go. They elevated Green to near start status, and now you've got Tomlinson as well. And now you got a pass thrown for a touchdown to Dustin Keller. And Sanchez jumping for joy as he goes to Keller for 2 touchdowns tonight, and he's already caught 5 passes for 91 yards.
Bobby Carpenter right here is going to try and go get Dustin Keller. Gets his back turned and just can't make that play. It is the great mismatch that the Jets have. And Mark Sanchez, how much more accurate do you want that one to be? That was perfect.
Nick Folk to bang through the 14th point. Sanchez is 7 out of 10 for 109 yards, and the Jets have come in roaring. 13:34 left in the opening half. 14-0 Jets.